Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Conceptual Genetics and Breeding. In this video series, we are discussing about the DNA replication. So till now we have already discussed about the basic steps of DNA replication, means what are different requirements of DNA replication. Also we have already discussed that DNA replication takes place in two ways, means one strand is synthesized in continuous manner and one strand is synthesized in discontinuous manner. So we have in our previous video we have discussed that these two strands are synthesized by DNA polymerase, and the continuous synthesis and discontinuous synthesis both takes place simultaneously. And also we have discussed that the discontinuous synthesis occur on the lagging strand, and this is being carried out in the form of Okazaki fragments. So all these steps we have already discussed in detail in our previous video. So now we will discuss that what are actually happen during the DNA replication in prokaryotes, means when replication bubble form, what are the different steps that occur in the prokaryotes. So first of all, initiation of DNA replication. So DNA replication is initiated on the origin of replication. We all know in our last video we have discussed the detailed structure of this origin of replication. So now we know that at origin of replication there are 13 base pair repeats are present, and also these are 3 in number, and 4 9 base pair repeats are present. So what happened in prokaryotes? First of all, DNA A protein, 4 molecule of DNA A protein, they comes and they join on the 4 9 base pair repeats. So because we know that ORIC or origin of replication, the place where first of all the strands get separated and replication starts. So first of all, 4 molecules of this DNA A protein, they comes and join covalently to the these 4 9 base pair repeats. So once these 4 molecules attach to the DNA, they trigger the addition of more molecule of DNA A protein. Likewise, a complex is formed of the DNA A protein which uh, create pressure on the 13 base pair repeats, which are 3 in number. 13 base pair repeats are there, and they create pressure on those because these 13 base pair repeats, they are having 80 rich region. We all know that adenine double bond with thymine. So they easily break the hydrogen bond, they easily break, and it trigger the opening of the 2 DNA strand. So you can see that here the 13 base pair repeats, they start opening, means the 2 strand they start opening like that. From other places the DNA remain, means the 2 DNA strands, they remain attached with each other, but they open up and more molecule of DNA protein join here, which create pressure, and ultimately a localized region of strand separation is formed like this, and this is known as replication bubble. So these DNA A protein, they first of all they start opening of the 2 DNA strand, and when the 2 DNA strands open up, then what happened here, the 2 molecule of DNA B proteins join here. DNA B protein is nothing but DNA helicase. It is DNA helicase molecule which is the enzyme which start opening of the 2 DNA strand. Means DNA helicase, what DNA helicase does? Now DNA helicase, it comes and join on the 2 separated DNA strands, and now it breaks the hydrogen bond between the DNA strands, okay, and trigger the, means carry out the opening of the both the DNA strand in both direction. So like in this manner, after that DNA C protein also join here. Okay, the role of DNA C protein is not much more known as compared to DNA B protein and DNA A protein. So DNA A protein and DNA B protein both are important, which play important role in the separation of the two DNA strand and ultimately opening of the replication bubble. And on this replication bubble now DNA helicase has been joined and DNA C proteins are also joined here. You can see these are the DNA C proteins and which ultimately form the replication bubble. And on this replication bubble now this DNA polymerase enzyme will come and join. Okay, so there are in addition to these DNA A protein and DNA B protein, there are some other proteins which play role in the DNA replication like DNA T protein, DNA J protein, DNA K protein, pre-A protein means PRI-A protein, PRI-B protein and also PRI-C protein. The role of all these proteins is not well established yet, but they are associated with the replication bubble and they play some role in DNA replication. So DNA A protein, they appears to be largely responsible for localized strand separation and ORIC during the initiation process and ultimately replication bubble formation. So this is the first step in DNA replication, replication bubble formation, which is carried out by mainly DNA A protein, and after that helicase DNA B protein means join here on the replication bubble and carry out the separation of the two DNA strand in both the direction. So after that initiation of DNA chain with RNA primer. So now this DNA means replication bubble has been created. Now new strand formation will start. But DNA polymerase enzyme, they do not have the ability to carry out DNA replication by their cell. So DNA polymerase, they have an absolute requirement for a free 3' OH group on the end of the DNA strand which is being extended. Means now the two strands have been separated. So DNA polymerase enzyme, it cannot start synthesizing new DNA strand by their self. So they required a primer. Means here you can say that these two strands have been separated, but here some means a little bit DNA strand already should be there which is having a free 3' OH group. Likewise here it should be there and 3' OH group should be there. Okay, if you want to study about the detail of the 3' OH group and what are the 3' and what are the 5' and you can go in our playlist where detail video is there on the structure of DNA molecules or the nucleic acid. So you can better study about the structure in that video. So here you can see that this DNA polymerase, it has requirement that some strand should be there and a free 3' OH group should be there. And on this free 3' OH group, it can only extend this strand. Means it cannot start synthesizing this, but it can extend only. So first of all RNA primers will get synthesized, okay, with the help of this RNA primer, DNA primase enzyme. So because this DNA polymerase, it cannot synthesize the new strand by itself. First of all DNA primase enzyme will come and it will start synthesizing one strand in the form of in the direction 5' to 3'. So this is the 5' and this enzyme is synthesizing this small DNA strand, we can say, and this small DNA strand is known as RNA primer. So these primers, they have a 3-OH group, a free 3-OH group. Now on this free 3-OH group, one DNA polymerase enzyme can start adding new nucleotide. So in this manner, it can only, this DNA polymerase, it can only extend this strand. Okay, it can only extend this strand, and it will extend this strand by taking this molecule, this DNA strand, old DNA strand, as a template. So in prokaryotes, these RNA primers, they are approximately 10 to 60 nucleotides long. So this DNA primase, first of all, these strand, they will get separated, replication bubble is formed, and here this RNA, this DNA primase enzyme will come, and this will synthesize this 10 to 60 nucleotide long RNA primer. And in this primer, a free 3-OH group will be there, and now DNA polymerase will come and start extending this RNA primer. So the RNA primers, what is their work? They provide free 3-OH group to the DNA polymerase. And in E. coli, DNA polymerase third enzyme, it carry out the complete DNA synthesis or DNA replication after DNA primase synthesize this RNA primer. So now primer have been synthesized. Now DNA helicase will unwind the two DNA strands. So now we all know that DNA B protein or DNA helicase enzyme already have joined on the replication bubble. Now this will start separated the DNA molecule, the two DNA strand, and this DNA strand, they will get separated, and the DNA polymerase, it will synthesize the new DNA strand by taking these separated strand as the template. So this unwinding process, it carried out by DNA helicase, and after that DNA once these DNA strand, they unwound or separated by the DNA helicase, they get coated with single stranded binding protein. So now these DNA strand, it has been separated, means now single DNA strands are there, but they can again get the duplication, means they can get attached by their self only, and they can entangled, and ultimately they can break at some point. So this should not happen. For that, these SSB proteins or single stranded binding proteins, they come and they bind on the separated strand. Here in this image only one strand have been shown, but there are two strands separated, and on each strand single stranded binding proteins, they come and join so that they can remain in the single stranded form. And DNA polymerase, it start synthesizing new DNA strand like this in 5' to 3' direction by taking this as a template. So the work of single stranded binding protein is to keep the separated strand straight, so that DNA polymerase can take this as a template and synthesize a completely new strand over this old strand. So basically, first of all the enzymes, they associate on the replication bubble and they form a primosome and the replisome. So first of all, initiation of Okazaki fragment on the lagging strand is carried out by the primosome, which is a protein complex containing DNA primase and DNA helicase. So we already said that first of all, these two strands, they get separate. This is one old strand, this is another old strand by the DNA helicase enzyme. So this is the helicase, they separate in this manner, and after that on separated strand, single stranded binding proteins, they associate After that, this primase come and it synthesize this 10 to 60 base pair long primer. Because on the lagging strand, synthesis takes place in small fragments. So you can see that one fragment, Okazaki fragment is this, and this RNA primer is there, and it will synthesize here new fragment. So one fragment will be this, and in this manner these Okazaki fragments they synthesize. So together with helicase enzyme, DNA C protein and DNA B protein complex, DNA primase, this and the this DNA polymerase third enzyme. These are the two units of same DNA polymerase enzyme. A single DNA polymerase enzyme is there which is having two units. One unit synthesize the leading strand and one unit synthesize on the lagging strand in the form of small fragments. So together all these enzymes they are known as primosome. Okay, so the RNA primers they are covalently extended with the addition of deoxyribonucleotide by DNA polymerase third. So on leading strand where continuous synthesis of the new strand takes place, it is quite simple. Only one time what happened here, this RNA primers will get synthesized, and after that DNA polymerase enzyme will come and start synthesizing or extending the strand. So in this manner it will synthesize continuously. But here on the lagging strand, this DNA primase enzyme it will synthesize this RNA primer, and it will be extended by DNA polymerase. And after that here this unit will come, and second RNA primer will be synthesized by the DNA primase enzyme, and again it will be extended by DNA polymerase. So this strand it will get synthesized in the form of small fragments, and ultimately these fragments they will be joined together with the help of DNA ligase enzyme, and ultimately it will be synthesized and form continuous strand. Okay, so it is a little bit difficult that each time a fragment will synthesize, and RNA primer, first of all RNA primer should get synthesized, and on the leading strand on the other hand only one time RNA primer synthesis is needed. Here free OH or 3' OH group will be there, and now it will be extended by DNA polymerase. So it will be continuous synthesis, it will be discontinuous synthesis. After that these RNA primers they will be replaced by DNA polymerase 1. So all the synthesis will be carried out by DNA polymerase third enzyme, whereas this these RNA primers, because they are the RNA molecules, they will be removed, and in place of these RNA primers DNA polymerase will synthesize the short DNA fragments. So after that the gaps will be there between these. This is one so for example this is one fragment, this is another fragment. The gap will be there, and this gap will be sealed by DNA ligase enzyme. So suppose these are the Okazaki fragments. After that they all will get sealed with the help of DNA ligase enzyme. So after that it will be a continuous molecule, and after synthesis these two completely synthesized DNA molecule will form up from the one DNA.